Good morning, everybody. I'm Grandpa Doss, Grandpa Doss Farms. Yep, we're back. Yes, been on vacation. First morning back. We actually got back last night. And my original thought was, when we got back, I was going to film the reaction to the animals seeing us for the first time. Wanted to film how excited they would be to have us back. You know what? The cats were actually hurt. I think their feelings were hurt. They actually kind of stayed away from us for a little bit. It took a little while to warm them up. It's kind of weird, but eventually they did. I think this morning we're much, much better now. Uh-oh, there's a little corn for them, a bunch of corn. Here we go. But yeah, I went over and I filmed the dogs. And they had a, like, oh, well, whatever. The goats could have cared less. They just wanted to eat. Chickens be chickens, right? But it was hot yesterday, really hot, so they were all pretty lethargic. I was tired, you know, had just gotten in about an hour or so before it was time to feed, so I thought, you know what, let's come out in the morning. Everything's fresh, and it is beautiful out here this morning. Got a great morning. Now, as you can see, no deer. That doesn't mean they weren't getting fed. The deer feeder's been working, but nobody came out at 6 o'clock in the morning and put down the deer corn out here, so it could be that I have to kind of reacquaint the deer and they got to get used to the schedule again. Could very well be. But anyhow, it's really good to be back. We had a good time. I'm going to share some things with you. Grandma and I will in the Rock and Talk. We had some good things happen, some bad things happen. In fact, we told you a couple of videos back that had something happen when we initially got down there that almost made me want to just turn around and come home. We really questioned why in the world we went anyway. We had a lot of things going on, and just seemed like the timing wasn't right. There was just something a little bit off. So anyhow, I won't go into great detail right now. Let's just save that, because I know Grandma will want to be in on that too. While we were gone, the boys did a fantastic job of taking care of the animals, sticking to the routine. Yeah, I know. If you watch Chad's last video, go back and watch Chad's video that he did for us on, it was our Friday video, our last video before this one, and it's pretty doggone entertaining. And you know, Chad has his own style. Bottom line, everybody got fed. Matt Brandon came over every night about 7 o'clock. He would stay till 8:30 till he put all the chickens up, right? All the birds went up. He did that. He fed in the afternoons. Kyle fed the majority of the mornings. Chad had it a couple of days. And Shannon, Miss Shannon, she came over, watered my garden. The garden looks great. Now, she didn't pull all the weeds for me. That's the problem. I got weeds over there. She didn't do that. But you know what? I don't do it either. I don't pull all them weeds, all that crabgrass in between the pumpkins and all that. I just kind of let that go. But the garden's doing great. She picked our tomatoes. I got the watermelon are going, the cantaloupe are going, the pumpkin are going, corns are going. We may not show that in this video because got a lot I want to talk to you about, but between the boys and Shannon, everything got taken care of, so we're good. And also, something that happened, Chad stepped up. I had mentioned to you before we left that the guys that were going to do the pen over here were coming about a week before we left, and were going to be done before we actually left on vacation. Well, guess what? They put it off and put it off. Actually showed up the day we left on a Friday, a week ago, last Friday. Well, we left about noon and they hadn't even really started yet. So Chad come over and got them going, talked to them because he's familiar with them, Jeremiah and Jacob and that company, and because they did Chad's fence. And so they got it all done, and I'm going to show it to you after we feed the animals, because there's a few things that I have to do before we can turn the dogs and the goats over. Well, that's not going to happen today in this video. But you know what? It's done, and I'm looking forward to turn them loose over there. We're going to get that done. But bottom line is, the boys stepped up, got everybody fed, got everybody watered. Everybody survived, which we knew they would. We didn't worry about it, but we missed them. We missed the animals terribly, and we were glad to have them all back. One thing about Florida, that sun is hot, and if you're not used to the sun, you can get burned and really quick, and Grandma is struggling right now. She's struggling and has been for a few days, and if things don't get better today and tomorrow, Tomorrow being Sunday when you see this video, then Monday may have to take her see a doctor. Don't know for sure. Look, hang on a second before I get going. There they are. Hi girls. I don't see my boy. Hopefully he'll show up pretty soon, that little buck. They'll get used to it. Go tell your buddies. Tell everybody I'm back. Let's get going. Lots to talk about, lots to do. Somebody made a joke and said, when Chad was here, they said, hey, we missed hearing the what Chad normally would say. Remember what he used to say when he'd go down to the other end? A long time ago when we had the chickens down there. He would say something. He would say, good morning, look at all them chickens. That's what he'd say. Huh? Yeah. Hi girls. So it's been a while since we got woke up out of bed, Dad, with the front door open. Hi Mags. Hi buddy. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hi girls. Is everybody doing good? Hi. Hi young lady. How are you? Huh? How are you? You want some breakfast? Oh, there's bugs. Oh, look at the bugs. Get him. Get him, Gray. Get him. Get him. There we go. That away. Good job, girls. One of the things that's always a tough part of what I do around here for everybody else to kind of follow suit is clean out that chicken coop. And remember, I got the sand and put in there to make it easier, kind of like a kitty litter box. And it really worked out well for me a couple of days. I came home last night, folks. I kid you not. I cleaned the coop out, but it was just about like I would have done it normally. It actually was very normal. The boys had been cleaning that. They clean off the top where the chickens get. Magneto and his girlfriend's up there, and on the left and the right on those shelves. Those are clean as a whistle, and the boys just did a great job keeping the chicken coop cleaned out. These water bowls are immaculate. You know, they know how I keep things, and I just appreciate they emulate that, you know, and they out of respect and that's just kind of how they take care of animals anyhow. So they did a fantastic job. I couldn't be more proud and pleased, and maybe one day I can kind of return the favor. Here, let's clean this out, and then I'll lift it up just a minute. Let's clean it out before we, hang on, let me do a little scrubbing. A little scrubbing on the pool here. I know you're wanting bugs, I get it. Be just a little patient. Give me a second. I'm trying to get back in the routine just like you know. All right, here we go. You ready? Look at her. Okay, go. Go, get him. Get him, get him, get him. Get him, get him. Anybody else? Anybody else want breakfast? Huh? Oh, that's a big old tomato worm. Are you gonna get it? Oh, now, goodness. She got it, there she goes. She got the prize. It looks like a big old tomato worm. They shouldn't be over here though, but it was like that big caterpillar looking thing. It wasn't real green. Probably wasn't one, but it looked like one. You're gonna need to get in this water today, girls. It's gonna be hot, okay? In fact, we got mid-90s for about 10 days, you know, but hey, it's toward the end of July. We got the dog days of summer coming up, and we're a long way from being out of the hot weather. The worst is, like most of the country, the worst is yet to come, I would imagine. Let's do something that nobody's seen for like days and days and days. You know what? You want some wormies? Come on, let's do the wormy dance. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Dun, da, 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 dun, da, 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 da. There we go. There we go. Come on. Let's get some wormies. Here we go. Come here. Oh, I know. Everybody's wanting the boys to do the wormy dance, folks. It's not going to happen. Boys aren't going to do the wormy dance. Here you go, Mags. You want to eat out of my hand? Dad, you ain't been going that long. Here we go. There we go. Come on, girls. Here we go, Sam. Here we go, Sam. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Here, girls. There we go. Man, our new birds have grown a lot since I've been gone. Goodness gracious. There we go. There we go. Oh, this feels good. You still want to eat out of my hand, honey? There we go. Okay. I'll do that. I missed it. I did. You know, you think sometimes you do the same thing over and over and over every day, and you get You get in a rut. You think, my goodness, is this all I'm going to do? You know, I want something different. Then all of a sudden you're thinking, man, it'll be nice to get back home and get back in that rut. So here we are. Let's get going. I got to get goats and dogs, you know, or some other people need to be fed too. Every morning and every night we put out 1 can of dog food for the kitty cats. And they don't eat all of it. Got about that much left over. So now the chickens, here's what they expect. It's a good way to get rid of this, because if I leave it laying in there, flies get it. Watch this. Now Mags will come over and call everybody over. Or run everybody off. So, you know, he's calling them. Look, but watch. Watch how he does. He only lets a few in there. Little stinker. Those are his favorite birds. Now, get in there. Uh-oh. Ain't gonna happen. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, look at her. Get in there, girlfriend. Don't let it. Look at that. Wow, Mags. Seriously? You little stinker. Look how big our Welsh summers are getting. The 2 on the back there. They're getting good size. They're not as big as Colin Shannon's little rooster. But here's our Wyandottes. Right here. There's the 3 Wyandottes and then the little gray one. They're huge. They're getting really big. In fact, I went in there and had, I think I got like 7 eggs last night. And then there was a couple of birds still in there laying, and I got 6 more, so we're up to like, maybe could be 13 to 15 eggs. I was only getting 8 or 9, so I know these little ones have picked up the pace, so that's good. Now, we need to turn our attention toward everybody else, see how they're doing this morning. Hey lady, listen, I know it's quite comfortable up here, Cher, but we can't stay in here, honey, okay? We can't do it. Gotta get down. We can't hang out in here. Come on. I know, go ahead. That's a girl, I know. You don't like it. Flutter down. Ready? On your mark. Get set. Go. Use them wings. Use what God gave you. There we go. Perfect. Don't be mad at me. Just helping you out. You don't want to stay in here all day. It's too hot. Good morning. Huh? Who's next? Hi, puppies. So yeah, we came out last night and we were going to film. It was so hot it just didn't work, did it? Huh? Yep, we just wanted to be fed and go lay down. A little better this morning. Hi, boys. Oh, look at Fox. P-Dub, we're going to have to work on names again today. You know what? You guys probably forgot your names. And the way Chad was calling you and naming you, huh? We may never get it right. And by the way, that's a boy, Chad. That's a girl, just in case. We're feeling good today. All right, tired of talking about it. Let's get in here. Let's get some food. You, bub. You okay? Mm-hmm. Yep. Hi, Mr. Gizmo. Hi, good morning. It's been a while since it's been a while, huh? Seems like it. Come here, Henri. Come here, Henri. Hey, boo-boo. What did he call you? What did your brother Chad call you, huh? See, Dad, it wasn't nice. Wasn't nice, Dad. I'm tattling on him. Mr. Fox. Yeah, how are you, buddy? That's a good boy. Let me see. Oh, I tell you. Yeah, you look a little bit broader in the hips there, my man. Hi, Rebel. Hi, buddy. That's a good boy. Hi, Cece. Hi, Riley. How are you, honey? You good this morning? Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, there it is. I got you. Hang on, little belly rub. That's a good girl. We're ready to go. Let's go feed. Come on, let's go. Breakfast time. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Big boys first. Senior management. All right. Here we go. Here you go, big fella. Here you go, buddy. Like you need anymore. Oh, PW, you excited? He's excited. There we go. Did you miss me, Fox? Did you miss me? I missed you, buddy. I missed you, P-Dub. I missed you, big fella. Yes, I did. Uh-oh, zoomies. Oh, you're going to get hot. You're going to get all hot. Look out, Rambo. You too. You're going to be panting and all hot and bothered by the time this gets over. Look at. Well, I'm glad you're feeling good, though. That makes me happy. Hey, you two, come on. You want breakfast? Look at Gizmo. Boo-boo. And we'll put it in here. Come on, boys. Okay. Here we go. That's yours right here. Come here. You eat that. Here we go. Come on. There we go, bud. There we go. That's yours. Well, the little ones are eating. Go ahead, Gizmo. I didn't give them very much. Doing all right, big man? Good boy, Fox. Your name is Fox. Lucius Fox, by the way, no matter what anybody else told you. Look how shiny your coat is. You're just shining. Oh, and you're pooping. Thanks. Hey, buddy. You look good too, P-Dub. You look really good, Bubba. He does. He does. You can look at me. That's a good boy. Sissy, let's go down. Feed pigs, okay? Yep, let's go down feed pigs. Come on, you go with me? Yep, let's go feed pigs. Yeah, let's go puppies. All right, let's go, boys. On our way down to feed the pigs, I'll show you the man gate, what I've got to do there. I had told the guys that, you know, which we did. We left this original, the cross fence, our original fence we put in. That's going to be a cross fence with a gate in it. And that way we can lock them in here, lock them out there, whichever one we want to do, if we have to, right? I thought they would go ahead and cut this fence, you know, and attach it to the poles, but they didn't. So I've got to cut this horse fence somewhere about right here, wrap it around this pole, and then cut this away, take that pole out, which is no big deal. I will probably also try to lower that gate down because a cat can still get under that. And I've also got to put a latch on this for now, and there's a huge gap right there. I'll have to fix that somehow. As far as the man gate goes, got a little work to do there too. It'll work in the long run. I just got to do a little bit of work, and I'll show you a little more of that when we get down on the other end. Oh, we got a nice breeze down here, boys. Come on. Uh-oh, got him a leaf. I don't see the pigs anywhere because they are not used to us being here. It's been about a week. You suppose they've already learned to sleep in. Let's go see if they're in there. Oh, here we go. Well, good morning. Hi. Hi there, lazy bones. Hi, Livia. It's me. I'm back, baby. Hi, Lola. It's okay, honey. Shh. Hi, Lola. Hi, baby. Lola. Hi, Livia. Yeah. So, Dad, we were sleeping. We've been used to getting up about 9 o'clock in the morning. Would you rather me come at 9 or would you rather me come at 6? Well, apparently, oh, hold on. You know what that means. Hang on. I know. I see it. Just a minute. It's belly rub. There we go. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. There we go. I don't... Now, listen. We're not going to do this every morning before breakfast, okay? We're not going to do it every morning. We'll just make an exception because you've been gone, Dad. Oh, yeah. Talk to me. You were sleeping. These good girls. Love our piggies. Okay, girls. All right, listen. Let's go back out. Let's go eat. Come on. I know. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Let's go, girls. You ready, Lola? Okay, there we go. Yep. Livy, let's go eat, babe. Huh? You little stinker. That's hilarious. Come on. Oh, my goodness. There, girls. There you go, Livy. Here, Lola. Here, hon. Come on, babe. There we go. There we go, girls. Okay. All right. Yeah, you got used to sleeping in, huh? Yep. Used to sleeping in. Okay. Uh-oh, what's the matter? What's the matter? Oh, look out. Look out. It's a challenge on, huh? I wouldn't if I were you. You know better than that. You know who'll win that battle. Yep. Don't challenge Bubba. Uh-oh. Whose bucket is it? Oh my goodness. King of beasts right there, aren't you, buddy? Yeah. Aren't you? Yeah. See, yes I am, Dad. Yep, me and Sissy run the show. Make no mistake about it. Let's get your crackers. I know, here, there we go. There we go, there's yours. Oh, here Gizmo. There we go. Here, boo-boo. Now, easy. Take it easy. Rambo. Oh, hold on. Here you go, buddy. All right, puppy time. Puppy time. I know that the boys always gave you your treats. See, I know they did. Oh, that's slimy. There we go. All right, good job. Everybody's good. We're good. Here's what I came home to yesterday. First thing, I I noticed was this. Look at the difference between the top and the bottom. Now, I'm a professional fence builder, and I leave a fence like that, a gate. I don't know. I wouldn't have done it, but they did. Now, I know, and I showed Chad, I mean, I can tighten this up, and I'll draw this up here, okay? And I'll even that out, because I cannot have a gap that big. So that was weird, which made it difficult to open this thing up. They had it changed to tight, but you know, there's also a gap right here, so I got to fix that too. And then on the bottom, I came out yesterday, and Mama Kitty followed me. I opened this gate, but didn't need to open it. Mama Kitty went right underneath it. Now, there's no way I can blame that on the guys that built the fence, because you know, they don't think about cats going underneath it, and you know, or even maybe a dog coming out or a goat getting under there. But I'll have to fix that. I think part of that can be solved by lowering this, because I'll loosen this up, drop that down, drop that down also. So I think the gate can be fixed. So that's one thing, one reason I can't just turn them loose. Chad and I bought this fence, which is our horse fence, which is great. And then he had to pick up a roll to finish it off. The guy that did it, and he bought this fence, which is 4-inch square, which still keeps in dogs and goats. That's fine, either way. And I'm not going to go in and show you the whole perimeter right now. I'll do that when I fix this fence, maybe on the next video. But all around on the bottom, there are certain places where it's 4 or 5 inches high off the ground. That's not their fault. That's just the lay of the land. So I'll have to get some, I've got welded wire and horse fence and all kinds of fence I can do to, you know, put down on the bottom of that. But I'll have to do that so that I don't have to worry about chickens getting under, especially the cats. Yeah, look at that, see that? She goes right underneath that. And we all know that is not gonna work. When those dogs and goats get over there, she cannot be going in and out of that like that, okay? That'll be a no-no, so we'll have to fix it, but nothing, little hard work won't fix, but got a little ways to go before I can, golly, I bet I'll have to work on this at least half a day for sure before I can put them in there. But it is nice and tight, you know, stretched real well. You know, they're not going to get out of that. Overall, absolutely, I'm super pleased. But like I said, I was hoping I'd come here for you guys and just say, hey, good, here we go, turn them loose. Got a little work to do. It's okay. Chad said he had work to do once they left his place. He had to, and he suggested this, maybe putting some base rock underneath the gate and bringing the ground up. Lower the gate some and bring the ground up with maybe, if I get like a half a load of base rock or something in here and spread that out, that might do it. I'll have to figure something out. So anyhow, it's up. We're pleased. The timing wasn't perfect, but we got her done, and all in God's timing, right? It worked out great. Wait a minute, you bet you're not done. You bet you're not done, Dad. Okay, I got you. Come on, down, easy, down. I know right at first we're real excited. No, down, it's okay, down. You gotta learn, it's okay. Takes a minute, it's okay. You're all right. After talking to Matt, being gone for a week, and you know, we talked about all the names we were going to call him. We wanted to do something with an R to mix with Riley and Revel and all that, and it sounded good, and some of y'all submitted some great names. But while we were gone, Matt come over here, sat with him longer than anybody, and had to talk to him, and called him, which is what we called him from the beginning. We called him Grizzly. So we're going to call him Grizzly. We're just going to stick with it. You know, Matt said it's, you know, that's what I've been calling him. Ultimately, he'll probably end up over at Matt's house. And so whatever Matt wanted to do, that's what we're going to do. So we all decided we're going to call him Grizzly. But thank you all for the suggestions. Attaboy. Now, last night when we got home from vacation, we actually brought him inside for about an hour. Till about almost 7:45 at night, he come in, hung out with us, and got used to inside the house. We closed all the doors in the hallway so he couldn't go down any bedrooms or anything like that. Brought some food and water in. He did great, and like anything else, he's got to get acclimated to us and used to that, and I opened the doggy door, and we didn't go in and out the doggy door yet, but we will. We were afraid that if we left him in the front room all night long, that he would annihilate anything that we had in there, so we couldn't leave him in there. So we'll probably kind of get him used to going in and out until we figure out that, he figures out he doesn't have to chew everything or one way or the other, something like that. You know what? He's a good boy. He calms down. He's a real good boy. He is as lovable as the day is long. We're going to be patient with him. We're going to call and get him an appointment to get neutered this week. I'm a part of the Doss family now. Grizzly Doss. That's my name. Yep, that's it. Just more responsibility, but we can handle it. Can't we, buddy? We can handle it. Man, we haven't sat on this porch in what, about 8 days? Something like that.
Seems
Rock
like
and
weeks.
talk or whatever. Yeah, it seems like it's been forever, but well, I told everybody that you'd be out when all the work was done. You'd rock and talk with me, but I told everybody that we wanted to talk about the trip. We had some good and we had some bad, and really some really bad.
Yeah.
Which we've never really experienced that going down there, of coming
That's
back, either
true.
one. First of all, going down, before we went, we've expressed this before already, kind of a high anxiety deal. We weren't sure when we were going to go. We had the guys coming over to do the fence. We actually had the company that's going to put on our fast internet say, well, we're going to be here that week. Well, they didn't even show up. So we're thinking, what a horrible time to go. Couldn't have been worse. We paid our money, thought about not going. You looked at me, as a matter of fact, the night before, a couple of days, says, do you really want to go? And in my mind, I'm thinking, man, if I'm totally being open here at that moment, the answer was no. We decided, look, full steam ahead. So we waited till Friday morning, it was Friday morning.
We usually leave on Thursday and we make it a 2-night trip, but we couldn't leave till Friday because we had to be here when those guys showed up.
So we waited till the last minute, so it felt off then. We didn't leave till almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, we decided that we were going to drive 6-7 hours, try to make it as far as we can, make it a 1-night trip, and then go in on Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, which is when we got to check into the condo anyway.
Right, that afternoon about 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we headed out, and the first 3/4 of that trip went pretty good.
It did.
We were doing fine.
Ralph talked to the fence guy, and the fence guy had been down to Destin recently, and he said, yeah, we stayed in McGee, Arkansas, and he said it was really nice and kind of in between for us, and so that's where our destiny, was taking us that first night, only Ralph got confused and thought it was McGehee, Arkansas. McGehee has 2 motels, and it's the lesser of the evils. I'm sorry, but it was not clean, it was not safe. The first thing I did was go over to the sink to wash my hands, and we literally had an ant hill, not ants, an ant hill in the sink. I was ready to leave, but there was nowhere to go unless we got back in the car and drove, and there was no way. Both of us had done a pretty good job of getting out. We looked for all the Love's Country stops, and we would get out and we'd walk around so we wouldn't be numb or, his back wouldn't hurt. So we were stuck there for the night, and it was a very uncomfortable night, but we lived through it, got on the road the next day.
Then we headed out, and I think we got all close enough to we were only 4 hours out. The trip had been going pretty good, and we used GPS on navigation on our car. Of course, it lets you know where there's construction, where there's a slowdown. But you talk about underestimating everything. It was awful. We ran into construction
everywhere.
I mean, slowed to where we were stopping.
Yeah.
And you could look, and I'm sure some of you that travel probably run into this. You could look as far as the eye could see and see traffic. We kept going, and thought, okay, we can endure, we can do this.
We get within 6 miles of Destin after all this construction stuff, and we had a truck beside us that was throwing stuff off of the back, and I kept saying, if you don't get around this guy, he's going to bust our windshield. So Ralph gets to about 85 to get past this guy. So anyway, we get within 6 miles, and we see a sheriff sitting in the exit that we need to take. Well, there was a guy in front of us that had stopped from Texas, and he was talking to him. So Ralph decided, instead of going and bothering the sheriff again, because people were pulling over like crazy and going over and talking to him, the guy from Texas said, hey, follow me. And we'd lost the guy from Texas in traffic somewhere, so we're just making a big circle and coming back to where that sheriff is. And we did that 3 or 4 times, and finally Ralph said, you know, I think what we need to do is take this road that we were told not to take, and I think it's going to take us to the big toll booth area where we normally come in north of Destin. So that's what we did. It wasn't navigation's fault. She had no idea they had just closed the road. You know, we were just, I mean, literally driving around in circles.
With everybody else. It took us, oh goodness, we probably took us almost an hour.
Yeah, to travel that 6
to maybe
miles.
a mile.
We were so tired too that we decided we weren't going to our famous place that we always go to, Bubba Gump's, the first night. We said, we'll just go tomorrow.
Went to the store.
We went to the store to get groceries, and we went down to Chick-fil-A to get our dinner. And while we're in line trying to get into Chick-fil-A, the condo, the company, the resort, calls us. And I saw it come up on the phone, and I took Ralph's phone. I said, okay, we're here, but we're not there. We took our groceries back, and our food, sat down, and then what happened?
Yeah, it was about, by then, 6:30, somewhere around there. And we have the cameras. And I thought, well, I'll just check the cameras. And I got on the camera that sits in our dining room window and looks out across the driveway. I got on there, and it's a live shot. And I see one of our chickens coming across and gets in front of the middle door. And all of a sudden, this chicken takes off.
In the air.
Straight up in the air. And I'm thinking, it's one of our reddish colored ones. I'm thinking, what is going on?
I could see his phone, but I heard him go, oh no, oh no, oh no.
I just got sick to my stomach. And this chicken kept getting higher and higher all the way up the guttering. And then when it come back down, I thought, how in the world is she flying? Well, it hit me. I knew something had that bird. It had to be a hawk. I couldn't see the hawk. It couldn't have been a real super big hawk. But it took the chicken up and down, and I'm just feeling sick to my stomach. And pretty soon, folks, that little bird disappeared over the garage. She's gone. Nothing I could do. And I felt so guilty. So anyway, I told Leanne, I said, man, it just makes me wish we hadn't even come down. I mean, I lost.
If we weren't so tired, we'd have gotten back in the vehicle and drove home.
Yeah, I thought, man, that's the icing on the cake that we should not be here. Something's going to happen. We got to go back. I know to some of you it's only a chicken, but they're not only chickens to me. And it hit me very hard. I was devastated. And I thought, you know, Ralph, you've got to take it down a notch, accept what's happened. So I text Matt. I said, Matt, when you come over, I think one of our birds is gone. He said, oh, Dad, I'm so sorry. He said, I would normally be there by now, a little after 70, so I'm running a little bit later. He said, I should have been there. He said, it's my fault. And I said, no, son, it's not your fault. Don't worry about it. I said, when you get there, though, make sure you count the birds for me. Well, he waited till they all got in the coop, and they settled down. So he goes in and counts them and calls me back. He said, Dad, I'm sorry, there's only 23. So I knew that bird was gone, and I just had to accept it. So anyway, we spent the next day at the beach. Came back in. I don't know if it was Kyle or Matt, and it was Kyle. I texted him, called him, told him what happened. I said, Kyle, last night I think we lost a bird. Matt counted 23. Would you count again just to make sure? Just make sure. He counts again. Dad, there's only 23. So I'm thinking, okay, Ralph, let it go, let it go. Well, that night, Matt comes back over, and somewhere around 8:30, he sent me a text with a video. And this video are the chickens in the coop, and he's got his flashlight on, and they're all lined up. He said, Dad, you're not going to believe it. And he said, I've counted 15 times. There's 24 chickens. He said, they're all here. Something happened.
I think the chicken was almost bigger than the bird that tried to carry it off.
And I
think it got dropped at some point and we just couldn't see it.
May have dropped her in the woods. I do not know for sure. But between the time Kyle counted 23 and 8:30ish, that bird survived and got back in the coop. So it made my trip, almost made my day, folks. I can't believe it. So whatever picked it up must have had a handful of feathers or something, I don't know, but dropped it, and she made it back. So we began our vacation, and this sunshine here the next day. And by the way, we had 3 super good, hot, clear days the first 3 days. But what happened to you? I already told John a little bit. I told on you.
I always go down early, and I didn't make it down as early as I usually do, so he happened to go down with me, and we have chairs that, they provide chairs and an umbrella, but we take our small chairs because we can sit them right there where the waves come in and, keep our feet in the water. But I was on him constantly about using, sunscreen. And of course he's out in it a lot because, he works at home every day. He's out in it. I don't care if it's in heat warning, he's out in it. I, on the other hand, am not. So I'm up about every, 10, 15 minutes putting on more sunscreen. And we didn't sit out there that long, but we finally got up and sat underneath. Well, I guess we did. Too long anyway. And I burned bad.
Oh, that's an understatement.
It was an understatement. But the tops of my feet, my legs all the way up past my knees.
They still don't look good. She blistered up.
They're not good.
Her legs swelled up. Her legs swelled up. She was in pain all the time.
Especially the right side more than the left. But I did have some stuff, that banana boat lotion that I've always used for after being in the sun. I started with that, and then we went to Publix and got some of the aloe vera stuff that Banana Boat makes, and it helped quite a bit, but it just never went away the whole trip.
The damage was done. I'm thinking with in blistering, I think you're like 3rd-degree burns are like that far away, and some kind of infection. So even all the way home, in sleeping a couple of nights in motels, it was just awful, propping her leg up and all that kind of stuff. And we really felt like we were going to take her to the hospital, the ER, when we got back, because I just thought, this is out. It's something's not happening. Her skin was even starting to turn kind of purple and blackish looking, and just not good. And
well, we have a Doss Farms family member who I call my resident nurse, and I text her and I sent her a picture of my leg, and she said, "Oh my!" And so she started telling me what to do, and some of the things I had Googled, I knew I needed to stay hydrated. The problem was, when we got in the car to come home, I can't drink my 8 to 10 glasses of water because Mr. I don't ever have to pee on a trip doesn't pull over often enough, and he's going 15 miles over the speed limit to get us home. So I couldn't drink as much water as I needed until we finally got here. So my feet would swell up, and then I'd go in and prop them up, and they just went on. But my resident nurse was the same one that I texted when he had his heart surgery, and she got on Amazon and found some silver stuff. I can't think of the name of it right now, but you normally would have to have the actual thing she wanted to get by prescription, but she found something that she called was the sister to it or something. And when we got home on that Friday, it was waiting for us at the post office. Kathy, I thank you. I love you. You know how much I appreciate you. And, it's just having family members like this that, we can call when we need help, or we can talk to you like we do in the Rock and Talks. It just means the world to us. And, we love each and every one of you. We do. I appreciate all that Kathy did, because I'm telling you, I was really starting to panic, thinking I was going to have to go to an ER somewhere where we were at versus waiting until we got home. So anyway, enough of that. I know what else happened. The next night that we decided to finally go to Forrest Gump, we went out and got in the passport. We put our little thing in the front window so everybody would know that, we were in that condo. Yeah. Got to the restaurant, went in and ate, came out. We got in, and I looked, and I had a line in my glass crack all the way, partially over on his side. I think what happened was it was closed up. It got very hot in there. I think it was probably hit by something off of that truck.
No doubt.
But then it just spread. I was worried we wouldn't be able to see to come back.
So driving behind that truck, and I knew when he hit base rock, I saw it bounce.
But we never heard it hit. We never heard it hit the window.
I never heard it hit the window. I don't know if I did or not. I may have. I think I heard a few pelts. But anyway, it did crack our windshield, so we get the windshield cracked. So all in all, it was kind of a, coming back, we stayed the 2 nights, and then we got about 3 hours away from home. 4 hours away from home, and decided, I don't even think we stopped. We were just ready to get home, and we had some more construction. closer
Yeah.
we got, the worse
Wasn't
it
too
got.
bad though. It just
Yeah.
it was
But
shorter.
we were sure looking at each other going, oh, what have we done? I was glad to come home, get out there, feed those animals, see them, you know, just do the normal routine.
Yeah, we get home.
Blah, blah, blah
Now
things.
the last, we had 4 hours to go. You know, I kept saying, we need to stop. Remember, we're going to walk around so your back doesn't get bad. And I said, remember, we got to stop. We got to stop. And we'd get to this place and he'd go, you want to stop there? And I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. You know, so we'd drive on. Well, then we'd find a Love's and he'd say, we'd only be maybe an hour away from home. And he said, let's just keep driving. I said, okay, you know. And so we drove it straight.
And my rear end was numb.
We get home.
Numb.
And normally he does most of the unloading out of the car. I get out, and of course I'm walking real stiff-legged because I've been putting stuff on my legs the
She
whole
can barely
time.
walk.
I look over and he cannot move. He's out of the car, but he's just standing there and he's trying to put weight on his leg and he can't move. I said, what are you doing? He goes, I can't walk.
I kid you
I
not.
couldn't
My right hip, something back here, I could not put any weight on it. Zero.
And
none.
I couldn't do
It
anything
so-
but
it hurt
laugh.
so bad.
I couldn't do anything but laugh.
She started laughing.
I mean, because I tried to get him to pull over. I kept saying, you really need to walk, you really need to walk. And he was too stubborn, and I was wanting to get home, so I didn't press it.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, I'm going to have to unload this car. You go in the house and sit down. Well, he didn't go in and sit down. He kept trying to walk around and walk it off. But I did unload the car by myself. So he finally gets to where he can walk a little bit, and I'm ready to, I didn't even want to unpack. I just wanted to sit down at that point, put more stuff on my legs to sit there and relax. He goes, I got to go out and feed. We got home about time to feed. He goes outside. I don't hear from him. It's hours. I mean, it's more than the normal feed time. And I'm texting the nurse, my friend, and I said, I'm going to have to go check on him. And she said, does he have his phone on him? I said, yeah, but he's not answering his phone. Well, he was filming. So he doesn't answer when he's filming, but I don't know that. So I'm thinking he's fallen somewhere and he can't get up. And I'm thinking, I got to go into this pen with the dogs that can't jump on me, you know. It was just, I don't even know how long it took before you finally came in. I think I found you on a camera.
Yeah.
But
I sat up for a couple hours because
Oh, you
know,
did.
the thing about it is though, when I'm like that, I have to keep moving. Like if I'm tired, you all know what I'm talking about. If I sat down, if I came in and got in the air conditioning and sat down, I wouldn't want to get back up.
But there were
I wouldn't
things
like
that did not have to be done that night. He didn't need to film. For one thing, he turned around and filmed the next day
Yeah.
because it was so bad.
It was bad. The animals did not play
But he
along.
was just so glad to be home, I think. And
Yeah.
but I really started getting worried. I thought something's up. I said, you know, he's just not responding. I don't know where he's at. I can't find him anywhere. I don't know how to do the cameras as good as he does, so.
The end of a perfect vacation. Me
Yeah.
laying out there in the yard somewhere, can't get back up, but
It
ended
did.
up good.
It
Till
did.
we got home and got all hurt, but anyhow.
Kathy had also sent another flag. She's the one that sent the 2 flag poles, and I said, I wonder if she knows that she sent 2, and yes, she did. This was also coming. This matches the tank top that she sent Ralph, and she found it in a flag and sent it. So
Yeah.
now I've got this to put out, and this is something I'll leave out, you know, year round. Maybe not in the snow, but
Yeah.
anyway, that was another thing that came. This was already at the post office before the medicine she ordered, but
You know, I put the sand down in the chicken coop to scoop it out with, to use to like kitty litter type situation. And I bought a scoop about that long, but somebody said, hey, you need a longer scoop so you don't have to bend down so far because of your back. So Linda, one of our Lindas, sent this. Can you see that? That thing's what? That's got to be 2 feet long right here, easily. That
Easily.
scoop.
probably
So
3
now,
feet overall.
Maybe 3 feet overall, maybe
32
close
inches.
to it,
Mhm.
probably 32. It's got a stainless steel, built to last.
And
So I
by
could
the way,
I could say that
Matt
about me.
Brandon did clean the chicken coop while we were gone.
Yeah, Matt cleaned the chicken coop. I kind of gave everybody credit for cleaning the coop, but I think Matt did it more than
I think Matt was the only one that did it.
well, they did. He did a really good job. But this is a scoop that Linda sent us. Pretty cool.
He said,
Thank you, Linda.
what?
Right, are we good?
We're good.
Are you good? Okay, thank you for your prayers. Appreciate it. We know a lot of you were praying and for us to have a safe trip, and it was a safe trip. We're here. We made it. We made it. Thank you guys. God bless you. We love you. Keep strong. Pray on. Until next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Love you.